people are torn apart over sports. You know, because the trend and the fashion of getting certified in Okinawa, how can I say this? A grading versus sport. Training for grading versus sport. Because traditional karate and traditional kobudo is often nothing more than practicing and training towards grading. So the difference is not sport and traditional karate or kobudo, but the difference is the aim. Here's the medal, there's the dan certification. So now you're telling me that the one is better than the other? I don't think so. Let's compare the stances. Like in, let's take Olympic kata. They have deep stances. They're young people, they're athletes, they have sports in school, they're super healthy. They do the training and they do perfect stances. They do it like the Shiko Dutch. I cannot even do it. I don't want to do it. You know, it's so deep, it's unnatural. It has no function, actually. A normal stance like a shikodashi, a sumo fighter stance, or however you might call it, this has a function, right? It has a slightly lower center of gravity, right? You can move still, you have like you can push and pull and all that. But that deep stance, and where do you find it too? You don't find it in sport, you find it in the traditional, you know, towards grading, made towards grading traditional karate and kobudo. So you got all the stances, you see them, you see the trainers, you see them go like, deeper, deeper, you gotta dig deeper, and you put more this in and put more that in, and you know, because they don't know the names of the muscles, because they're not scientists, they say like, more chinkuchi, and more this and more that and all that. But it's the same idea. It's geared towards a, how can I say, like something like an order you can put here. Like, it's the same. A medal is the same as a graduation. Okay, the traditional guys, they go for graduation. And they have the panel of people who they trust. In sports, they trust the World Karate Federation judges. Or they trust the Ipponchubu judges of the JKA. Or they trust the Taekwondo judges. You know, it's all the same. And here, in the grading, you judge your board of directors or whatever, you know, some guys sitting behind a chair, watching you doing things and telling you, yeah, you gotta go deeper. Deeper. Because it's a martial art, right? So that connects, so think about it. Think about it. You're doing the same. You're traditional karate guys, you're doing the same. But you pretend to be better. But you're not. You're the same little medal collector than the other guys. You just pretend to be more like ethical, high ground something, right? So this connection. Why the deep stances? Okay, you got to deep stances. You got to be a little deeper to move, to be actually able to move, right? To do that. But actually, there's no use in like going down like this. When you can strike like this. When you can strike like this. This is a strike. It's one technique in the sense. It's a strike, you know, wood on wood. You hear that? And it's also a thrust. So there's no need to make something or anything like that. Because you strike like this. So you can control the distance. So what I'm saying is, all your techniques in karate and kobudo, if you're not for sport fight, kata or kumite or whatever, And if you're not going for grading, if you're not going for any assessment by an exterior group of people, then you can actually try this out. Try higher stances. Try raising the rear here. Right? It's great. It's super. Even here. I was talking to Yogi Sensei at the Budokan, and we were talking about it, and he asked me that, and we were looking at young athletes, and they were going the Senkutsu Dutch, right, with the rear leg like pushed through. Cannot even do that my age, man. You know, I'm not a gymnast. And he asked me, do you do that? Do you put the heel down in your style, in your sword or in your bow? I said, no. No, we don't put the heel down. Why? Whose idea is that? That's the idea of some judges. Yes, and then they come up with some explanation, like, you know, like as if they are physicians, as if they have knowledge of physics. And they say, yeah, the energy is going in through there. You know, there are people. Did you know that the Japanese are the people